it's not individual vehicle price or individual vehicle profit that drives our process anymore. What drives our process is a customer service. Because if we succeed at providing good or superior or better customer service than other dealerships, that is how we can maintain the relationship with that customer. And not only sale, of course, and sale becomes even less so important, even though, of course, you have to sell cars before you can service them, but service is where the real customer service whole concept of it comes out. Because when you buy a car, it's emotional, it's 3-4 hours, and then whether you feel great or whether you feel okay, it's one thing. However, when you service a car, your needs are constant. And even though there are less, intervals are greater between oil changes and maintenance, and Honda and Acura that we sell happen to be a superior product in a way of need for service. It's not as great as some other makes or brands I can think of. However, with all this said, people do spend some time in our service department. And when they do, that's when it's customer service and the way we do this come into play. And right now, our focus is strictly on that because, as I said, people can shop all day long and they can find pretty much with all the websites available like Edmunds and KBB and AutoTrader and Cars.com, they can find how much car is. Everybody is very competitive these days as far as a price concern. So it's almost impossible to take advantage of customer and make them pay too much for the car. It doesn't happen that often anymore, and hopefully not in our dealership. But the reality is that when you buy the car after this, that's when it all starts. And our goal is to keep majority of people that we do have as our customers and keep that relationship for many, many years. And when need arises for another car, whether it's for the family member or whether it's for a friend or a neighbor or whether it's for the person itself, themselves, we want to be that dealership of choice. And in order to keep that relationship, just like any other relationship in life, has to be above board. There should be no lying in it. There should be no hidden agenda in it. It should be a relationship based on mutual trust. And when customer comes in and buys a car, they should trust that they get a decent deal. And we should trust that we get a good customer who will give us their loyalty. And in return, we will give them our loyalty. And sometimes we have to do things that go way above and beyond what we're supposed to do. There are certain things expected of us, but a lot of things sometimes that we have to do over and above because customers have different expectations. And what's reasonable for one customer may not be reasonable for another. And we cannot make that kind of a cookie cutter approach when you just say, well, everybody does that and that's it. No, we have to take care of individual customers individually. And that's what we're trying to do. Does it work all the time? Maybe not. Sometimes we fell short. This is when I always ask people to come and see me. There is no really specific kind of a customer that's looking for a used car. Used car is sometimes perceived value and sometimes a real value. It all depends. Unfortunately, we don't make that distinction. That distinction belongs to a customer who feels what it is. To us, makes very little difference whether we sell a new car or used car. However, used cars are a little different in the way we sell them because used cars require, when they come to us, whether it's via trade-in or whether it's via auction or purchase from the customer, however we acquire those cars, we have no knowledge of anything about that car. And we learn about it just like customer learns about it from visual inspection. We also, of course, do the rigorous mechanical inspection of the vehicle in our shop. Sometimes maybe too rigorous, but you have to understand the harder we look at a vehicle, the more time we spend, the more money we spend. And we have to pass that on to our customers. So we have to kind of walk that line, try to not over reconditioning cars, but at the same time recondition them to a point where we have a confidence that that car is going to work well for our customer. The last thing I want to do is sell a car that's going to break down in 2 months. That is not good business because people feel that they've been cheated, they feel that it's not fair to them, and whether we disclose as is, as a federal law requires, has very little matter in that respect because customer feelings are not about what's disclosed and what's not. Their feelings is about whether they got a good car or they didn't. And we try to make sure that all the cars that we retail are good cars. Every customer gets a copy of AutoCheck, or if they request Carfax, they can have that as well, even though AutoCheck is our primary. But we use both. And we provide that without any charges, just automatically with any potential purchaser if they want to, even before they buy the car. So that gives them at least third-party history. We, of course, cannot stand by it because that information is not Malha information. That information comes from a third party like Carfax or AutoCheck. But, you know, we believe that it's hopefully correct, and we pass it on to our customers to look at. They also encourage to take vehicles to their, you know, shop of their choice for their own inspection if they like to do so. It's not required, but you know, if a customer wants to do it, they're welcome to. And we have nothing to hide. Let's put it this way. I mean, when used car vehicle is for sale, I always tell my employees that is that a vehicle you would sell to your family member? If that is, then you can sell it to my customer. And if it's not, then we probably shouldn't. You know, maybe it's a kind of a loose criteria, but at the same time, it defines what we do and who we are. You know, there's so many cases when somebody's buying a car for their child, and it's an older used car vehicle, and they buy it, and you know, kids driving it, and then parents enjoy the experience because you know, kid was taken care of, and they were not disregarded, and they were showing how vehicle works, and they were taken care of by the salesperson. And if you impress the parent eventually will need a car as well. So where are they going next time? Everybody wants a relationship. Everybody wants a place to go to. And we want to be that destination.